All right, in this summon bug, again, this one is a result of an interplay between the advanced search and the normal summon search features. So let's say a user performs a search and sets some of the facets here. So let's say they decide they only want to see scholarly and peer-reviewed items. They make this choice in the facets here on the search results page, and if they go into advanced search, you'll notice that the advanced search does not retain that facet. So this is no longer checked. So if I make a change to this and say, okay, this is actually something I want in the title, and I resubmit this search, that facet has been cleared. And this happens in numerous ways. Some things seem to be retained when you go from the advanced search to the regular search, and others are not. So if I facet this to newspaper article in the content type facet, and I'm looking for things that are full text online, and then I go back into the advanced search, you'll notice, again, my newspaper article has been cleared. And this is now being defaulting to any type. My full text online facet has been cleared. So if I did something here to change and resubmit this, these have been cleared. And it's very frustrating for users. They don't notice that these facets are not being retained when they switch back and forth between the regular summon search and the advanced search, but they expect them to. And a lot of users, they don't notice it and they can't complete their tasks because they assumed, well, when I chose book here and then decided to go back into the advanced date range to, let's say, create a publication date from 1970 to 1989, and then resubmit that, the book is gone. Now, the publication date is fine, and if I come back and do the advanced search, you can see the publication date range has been retained. So it's not all facets that have this problem, but there are particular facets, especially this group, which appears first on the top on the left-hand side, and the content type, that are not retained. And so I'm not sure how things are being passed back and forth between advanced search and the regular summon search, but it's clear that certain things just, they never make the cut. And it works fine if you go in one direction, but when you go back into the advanced search, they get cleared out, and then when you return and perform your search, those things are wiped out. And again, users seem to expect that when they select these facets, those facets are going to stay there until they clear them out, either using clear filters or change it to something else. They're not expecting the advanced search to sort of give them a fresh slate and have them start all over again. So again, I don't know why publication date sticks and some of the other ones don't. I imagine there's some sort of cookie or something in the URL string that is being passed or not passed, but it's very problematic for our users. I would say of the 11 users we tested, 5 or 6 of them ran into this problem at least once in the 7 questions that they were being tested on. And typically the biggest one was the content type was not being retained. They would set the content type here. It's very clear and obvious. They like interacting with this facet, but again, they come back here and it's gone. So I don't know how or why these things aren't being passed, but it is a problem for our users. They expect that to be consistent as they move back and forth between these screens.